Hey guys, my name is Greg. Welcome back to One Man Engineering. Today I have an interesting one for you. I recently have purchased an Archdale 20-inch horizontal milling machine on eBay, and this video is about the day when me and my son went to pick it up. The machine was about a 15 minutes drive from my shop. We were very fortunate with this purchase.
And if you don't know what the machine does, it cuts bits of metal, and me and my dad are making a go-kart.
Exactly.
That I'm going to drive
Are we here?
Yep, we're here.
So let's get the machine then. As you can see, we bought everything in the car, you can imagine. Here it is. Here is the machine, and this is the first time I actually see it. Let me just show you the machine.
The massive truck.
I can't wait to take it apart. So we got a coolant pump, cutting frame. Everything is present.
We've got a drill. We've got everything we need. The only thing is we don't need...
I knew that it would weigh anywhere between 5,000 and 5,500 pounds. Okay. These are wired in, right? Basically, what I'm trying to figure out over here is how to dismantle the machine into workable chunks. As you can see, there are rusty spots, but all in all it is in exceptional condition, given the fact that it was made in 1906 and everything is working on the machine. Here is the video about how I dismantle it. It wasn't without hiccup, needless to say. My plan of attack was to dismantle the knee because it was never going to fit through my garage door. To transport this machine, I have hired a tilt flatbed 7.5 ton tow truck, which later proved to be too big and impossible to maneuver to the property, so I had to settle with something smaller. We had a 3.5 ton regular tow truck, and the driver of the truck assured me that this is not the first time that he was hauling heavy machinery and everything will be just okay. Later on it turned out to be true. I am really happy with the service I got, so I will leave the tow truck's company's phone number in the description in case you need it. We're in London, bear that in mind. Big one. Big one. Not big. Here I am dismantling a vertical head. This is me trying to release a drawbar, which proved to be really difficult. Although it was moving, I wasn't able to free it from the tool holder. I know the overarm support looks pretty rusty, but I have to say I'm pretty pleased, because it is just surface rust. I am using the softest wire wheel I could find in my shop, and look how effortlessly it moves afterwards. I'm quite happy, and I have no doubt that the machine was kept in good hands. Over here my plan of attack was to sort of winch up the table and have it rest on an overarm support, and then slowly but surely lower it down to essentially onto a pallet truck. Over here you can see me the first time trying to figure out how I'm gonna move the machine out of the shed. This is an old shed and there is a ramp up and down over the wooden door frame. Later on you will see that I had to cut out the lower section of the door frame because the machine just wouldn't fit. Unfortunately, I don't have the footage of me lowering the table onto the pallet truck, which is probably very convenient for me, but I've got to be honest. What happened was actually, and I'm not proud of it, my hand slipped and I couldn't hold onto the strap and the table fell. Nothing got damaged thankfully, but I'm not really proud of the way it turned out. And at this point, the kids were very adamant that both of them can lift the table up on one side, meanwhile I'm lifting from another. This is what I was talking about. All of a sudden the table is on a pallet truck. It was a very wise decision to bring the pallet truck, to be honest. Without it, there is absolutely no way I could have moved the table, let alone the machine. Here I'm just trying to figure out how this machine was connected to the grid. It was, I have to say, pretty straightforward dismantling of this machine, however it was grueling. It took a little longer than I anticipated it, and given the fact that I was by myself, it wasn't as easy as 1, 2, 3. I just got a lot of figuring out, fiddling with bits, trying to take part off of the machine without bending and damaging anything. Because I was certain of one thing, that if I damage anything on this machine I will have a hard time sourcing it, if I ever can. And onto the coolant pump. I tried the pump and it was working. Unfortunately there is a thermo switch in it which prevented me pumping the coolant out of the machine, but nevertheless satisfied me that was working, just quickly overheated. I've tried it again later and the motor luckily wasn't damaged, just the thermo switch got out. So it had to be done manually. Once again over here you can see my setup to move and orient the machine in the right direction. Even though this was a brand new come along, I had trouble releasing the tension of the wire. Okay, the plan over here was to obviously put something under the machine, sort of lift it up bit by bit, and put pieces of planks under it till I can slide the pallet truck under. As you can see, Jude was helping me to put the planks under the machine. In order to be able to use the pallet truck, we had to move it up a couple of steps with the table on it and rest it close to the property entrance where we can easily move into a truck tomorrow. It turned out to be a big task, but eventually we succeeded. A bit of a footage of the kids cutting out the doorway. The machine needed to go out the back door because you cannot see, but there is an old decking towards the front door and there is absolutely no possible way that it will not break under the machine's weight. To be honest, I don't know what I was thinking when I put the scaffolding cubes under the machine. It was never going to be the doorway anyways. I know it looks like it was a bit sketchy to leave the machine onto a pallet truck, but eventually we did it. No harm was done, nobody got injured, pretty pleased with it. Basically what I'm trying to do over here now is to eliminate the use of a scaffolding cube and just to be able to lift the whole machine up with the pallet truck so we can stack the boards under it. Pallet truck needed to be going under the machine from the back side as that was the heavier side. Once the machine was on a pallet truck, it was pretty easy to maneuver. Here I'm trying to get the machine in line with the doorway so I can drag it out somehow. But before, a little bit of gardening was needed. I wanted to clear out the path because the machine was heavy as it is to move it anyway. This is my prehistoric setup to drag the machine up the ledge. I had to figure out a way to be able to fit the machine into the doorway. What I was doing basically is that the machine was strapped to the pallet truck and I was dragging the pallet truck with a 5-ton strap. And this is my son Ben goofing around.
Done.
The idea behind this setup was that I didn't want to risk the tube slipping, so I put wooden beams on each side, but as you can see the machine was so heavy that as soon as I started ratcheting, it started to lift up the scaffolding tube. Eventually we managed to get the front wheel of the pallet truck over the highest point. It was a big relief for me, because up until this point I have felt that the machine can roll back at any time. Ben had to climb over the machine because he got stuck in the doorway, and I had him handing out something. I can't remember what it was, maybe a saw, maybe a chisel. But he was in the garage, and I didn't want to risk the machine rolling back and hurting him. According to the timestamp on the original footage, it was about 6 o'clock in the afternoon at this very moment, and I was losing my religion big time. It was getting chilly and I was so tired that I just called it a day and told the owner that we'll be back tomorrow. We all knew it was going to be a 2-day job anyway. The worst thing about the whole machine moving is that after I dragged the machine out of the shop, we broke a couple of decking boards in the doorway, and that's when I realized that the decking was on top of the concrete surface. I should have thought about this beforehand, I guess. All in all, I have to say this was a very challenging day for me, not just because I was alone, but because I didn't want to damage anything. Guys, I guess this is it. This was the first day of the machine hauling, and I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know if I upload anything. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.